Hello, hello, and welcome. I hope you've had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I am Kat, the nurse flipper. I'm a full-time reseller, and I'm here to share with you some kind of run-of-the-mill sales. These are ones that are from like 20 up to 40, 50 bucks, and they're ones that you can find easily. So if you're just starting reselling, items like these will build your business, and they are consistent profits. They might be low, but those low profits definitely add up, and they are something that we will continue to source and stock in our store because it's what pays the bills. We love the high dollar sales, don't get me wrong, but the majority of our sales are just like these ones that I'm about to show you. And I'm also going to show you not only eBay, but I'm going to show you Poshmark and Mercari as well. All right, my friends. So our chart is not so pretty here lately these days. I'm not going to lie. And I show you this every video, and it just is what it is. So today, and I'm recording this at almost midnight, we have only done $172. And for the week, 1657. For the month, 11,163. And the last 90 days, 45,102. Now, I have not been listing like I should. I did a lot of thrifting throughout the week. I've been editing videos. I took the weekend off. So that definitely is probably contributing to my lower sales. So hopefully we will be getting some more listings up and get this increased. Right now we're down 45% from last month, which is definitely not something that any of us want to see, right? So let's go ahead and take a look though. 1600 is 1600, and I'm going to show you some of the items that sold for that 1600, as well as some from Mercari and Poshmark that are selling right now as well. First up is a very, very fast sale. This one sold in under a month. This is a Christopher Radko Gold Tiger Head Christmas ornament. It is from 1991. I got this from an online estate auction lot with a bunch of Christmas ornaments, and this one I'm about $5 in, so it's close to a $20 profit. Sold very fast. Now up top here you can see the Radko, so that is how we identified it. And we did get some lower offers. I did not accept them because it hadn't been listed long, and it did sell at full price. Next up is a Florida Gators toddler starter jacket. This one is a 5T. I bought this for Dalton, but it was a little too small, so I decided to list it instead. And this one sold for a best offer, $20. It sold in about 4 months. Super cute little Gators jacket. And I picked this up at the thrift store for $3. So it's about a $14 to $15 profit in 4 months. Next up is another one that took about 4 months to sell. This is a pair of Victoria's Secret pink yoga leggings. These are tiger print, size medium, and they sold for a best offer I sent out of $27.99. I only paid $1 for these. So these are a thrift store dollar fine, and from that $1 into $27.99 offer, making them about a $22 profit. Next up is this really, really cute. This is a doll quilt. I picked this up at the thrift store for $7. It did take 9 months to sell, so it took a little bit longer to sell. And I did put mini quilt. It sold for a best offer I sent out of $27.29. So it's about a $15 profit, but this was like the cutest little thing I'd ever seen at the thrift store. I had to get it. And it looks big, but it really is not. You can see the pillow's just 8 inches. And the blanket was 2 feet. So really, really little, but super cute piece. Took longer to sell, but this is something I still would pick up again. Next up is one that I think a lot of people don't realize, and I do have a video on fabric. You need to pay attention to fabric. This is a Chicago Bears football. It was a lot of 5 yards. I picked this up at a little, it was a women's club fabric or craft sale, and it sold for a best offer of $31.49. I paid $10 for this one, so it's about a $15 profit. It sold in about 7 to 8 months, but fabric doesn't break. It won't be hard to photograph or ship. So I would definitely get this again. It did take a little bit longer to sell, so that's something to keep in mind if you're buying fabric. But definitely watch for fabric, especially fabric with sports or college teams on it. Up next is a 9 West tote bag. This one I got in an online purse lot. I actually don't pick up 9 West, and I see it a lot, but this kind of makes me question that. This one sold in 4 months. It sold for a best offer of 25. I was less than 5 in, so it's about a $15 profit. And you can see here it was in excellent condition, just a couple of like scuff marks. And I really don't think it was used, to be honest. I think those just kind of happened with storage. But $15 profit, 4 months. I might take a look at some 9 West purses a little bit closer from now on. Next up is the type that I pick up all the time, and a lot of people will tell you not to, but I love them. This one is a Fatheads Brewery, Cleveland, Ohio, hoodie, sweatshirt, jacket. I pick up these souvenir sweatshirts and t-shirts all the time. So this one sold for a best offer of $27.99. I only paid $5 for this. So it's an $18 profit. It did not take very long to sell. It took about 3.5 to 4 months. And really, really cool. I love the graphics on this. It was in excellent condition, and I'm happy with the profit. Up next is one that took a little longer to sell. It took 8 months to sell. This one I picked up in the thrift store for $2. It sold for $20. So it's about a $15 profit. Really cute though. It says handmade with love there. I actually picked up, I think 10 of these. They were all on sale, like the color tag for 50% off. So they were only $2, and somebody spent a lot of time making these. So this is stuff that I really love to rescue. You can see I put crochet, handmade, I put cottage and granny core. So a little bit longer to sell, but I hate to see these in the thrift store not being appreciated. Next up is one that took a year to sell, and that is lace. But I've made so much money on this lace, I don't care. And the majority of it has sold, and the majority of it is sold to the same buyer. So this sold for $36, a best offer. I did put lingerie stretch, floral blue, wide panty trim, and crafts. So you want to get those keywords in. We just show the width. And this one was a great sale at $36, but again, it did take a year for it to sell. Next up is one that took about 8 months to sell, and I actually soaked this one and tried to get the stains out and could not. And this is an anthropomorphic vintage hand stitch baby quilt, and it sold for a best offer of $24.49. I got this in a linen lot. You can see the rust spots there. I didn't try something for rust. I just tried a regular removal, and it did not get the rust out. But this one, I was only a couple dollars in, and I really did not want to throw it away. It was too cute. So it ended up being a $20 profit, but again, about 8 months for it to sell. Next up is a really cool piece, and I get these all the time whenever I see them. It's a vintage bronze, mid-century modern. It's sewn and metal, a really cool mushroom set. This one sold for a best offer of $40. I only paid $5 in an online auction. I got a bunch of little garden sculptures like this. So this one's about a $30 profit. It took about 4 months to sell. You can see here the tallest was just shy of 5 inches. Really, really cute pieces and a pretty decent profit. Next up is a very, very fast sale. This is vintage Noma Christmas tree lights. It does say read. These sold for full price of $24.99 in less than a month. So that Christmas stuff is definitely selling in January. You can see the made in the USA, and there were a couple of bulbs missing. That's why we had put read. This one was a really, really good sale. I got this from an online Christmas lot from an estate auction. I'm about $5 in, and it's about a $15 profit. Next up is another very fast sale. This one was from a Christmas lot we picked up off of Facebook Marketplace. I paid $100 for well over 100 items, so less than $1 in. And this one sold in a month for $26.99. This is a Dolly Dingle cat, and I identified that by Google Lens. And really, really cute little ornament. And this one, again, a month to sell, $1 in, and a $22 profit. Up next is another incredibly fast sale. This one actually only took a week to sell. This is a Corning Christmas ornament, gold with tinsel. It's World War II era. And this was in another of my Christmas ornament lots, paid less than $1. If you're not looking up Christmas ornaments and you think that single ones will not sell for a good price, I am telling you they will. Make sure you use Google Lens with these older ornaments. This one was a $20 profit in only a week. Next up is the opposite. This one took a year to sell, and this is a scarf. The vintage scarves, hankies, linens can sell faster. They can take forever. This one took a year, and I accepted a best offer of $20 on it. I was not able to find the same one, so I might have priced a little too high, and it had a stain. So I only paid $1 for this, so it's a $15 profit. But again, it took a year to sell, and that could be because I had it priced too high, or I just hadn't found the right buyer. Next up are some Hallmark Star Trek ornaments. This is USS Enterprise, Galileo, and Klingon ship. And these do have the magic motion sound. If you like these, I still have 5 more sets. I picked these up in an online estate auction. I paid $1 a piece. So I did pay $3 for the set. I accepted a best offer of $40, making them over a $35 profit, and they sold in under a month. And again, we do have 5 more sets available in case you happen to be a Star Trek fan, and really, really good sale on these. And we've still got 5 more sets. Next up is one that took forever to sell, but I paid $1 and it sold for $40. It's a $35 profit, but it took over a year. This was in an old vintage t-shirt lot I got. I just listed it. I didn't know what Avalon Con was. I was not familiar, but really, really good profit, though it did take a very, very long time to sell. Up next was another longtail sale and another linen. This one sold for a best offer of $15.92, and it took about 9 months to sell. It was in an online estate lot of aprons. I paid $1, so it is about a $13 profit. Super cute. It's wine o'clock somewhere, but again, took a while to sell. So if you want to do those linens, just make sure you have some storage space. Up next is one that took about 6 months to sell. This is a Daniel Cremo men's long sleeve paisley button down shirt. This one sold for a best offer of $27.99. I paid $5, so it's about an $18 profit. And there you can see the photos. I actually have passed up some Daniel Cremo. This one did take a little longer to sell, but really not a bad profit. Up last for eBay before we move over to Mercari and Poshmark are these flax linen pants. These sold in a year, but they sold for $22 and I only paid $1. So they are about an $18 profit, but again, they took a long time to sell. I'm trying to get faster sell through, but I saw that they were linen and I really thought that they would sell a little bit faster. All right, moving over to Mercari. This is a vintage 90s London fog jacket, and I only paid, I think, $3 for this at a yard sale. So this one is a $70 profit. It is London fog. Really, really cool jacket. Picked it up at a yard sale. It did take a little bit longer to sell, but really, really great profit. Next on Mercari is this ATI Modernist brooch freeform statement. And this one sold for a best offer of $30 over on Mercari. You can see the different photos here, that ATI marking. ATI doesn't sell super high, but I do typically pick them up if they're really cool looking, like this one. This one was from an online jewelry lot, and I paid about $5, so it's about a $20 profit. All right, we are moving over to Poshmark, and I sold this vintage Seaway fishing vest. I got this at the thrift store for $1. Payout was $28, so it's a $27 profit. Took about 6 months to sell. You can see 100% cotton. We did do the measurements. I think really on this one, the vintage patches were probably worth more than the vest. So we did make sure to show all the different patches that were on it. And I might have actually been able to make more money removing them, but I thought this was a really cool piece and I did not want to take it apart like that. Up next is a pair of Tommy Bahama King pillowcases. Picked these up for $2 at the thrift store. Payout was $20, so they're an $18 profit. They did take about 5 to 6 months to sell. Really beautiful pattern on these. And you can see here the tropical leaf, great for like a beach house, and really, really great sale on these. I absolutely love selling pillowcases. You can find them cheap and make a good profit. Next up is an Adidas blue and black soccer backpack with embroidered number 13. I actually got this for Dalton when he was playing soccer. I paid, I believe, about 15. Payout for this was 17, so pretty much a wash, but Dalton wasn't using it anymore, and I figured we could pass it on to somebody who could use it. This one did have the soccer ball holder there in the front, so decent sale on this. Go through your house. If there's stuff like this that you're not using anymore, list it and get some of your money back. Last up is this vintage patchwork quilt by Joan Schwartz. It was 40 by 50. I did put Cotton Crazy Rainbow, and payout on this was 32. I paid 5 for it at the thrift store, so it's about a $26 to $27 profit. You can see here the special original by Joan Schwartz. Really, really neat piece. And again, I really love the handmade items and saving them and finding them a new home. All right, that was everything. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what your favorite thing was, or if there was something you didn't know would sell that kind of caught you off guard. There is always new stuff to learn in reselling. So watching videos like this kind of like gets this stuff into your head. So when you're out thrifting or garage sales or however you may source, you're like, oh, wait, hey, that might sell. And then you can check it out a little bit more. I learned a lot of what I know by watching videos just like this and have been able to build a 6-figure income off of that. So definitely is worth doing if you put the time and effort into learning. You can make really good money doing this. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Again, I hope you've had a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead.
Bye.
Bye.